derivatives. The topic that I want to discuss with you today is how to find the limit of a rational function. Basically, two steps involved when we are finding the limit of a rational function. The first one being, we evaluate the given function at the prescribed point, which basically means we evaluate the given function by substituting whatever value the variable, which is usually x, is tending to. So if x is tending to 2, then we will substitute 2, and if x is tending to 1, then we'll substitute 1. Now, if the obtained result is of the form 0 by 0, we must rewrite the function by factorizing it and cancelling the factors which are causing the limit to be of the form 0 by 0. Then we must proceed accordingly. Now we'll move on to the first question. All of you, please take a piece of paper and write it down. Find the limit as x tends to 2 of x square minus 4 by x cube minus 4x square plus 4x. Now it is very clear that the function given is a rational function. So we go forward with the first step I said before, which is we substitute whatever value x is tending to. So in this case, we substitute. So the function becomes 2 square minus 4 by 2 cube minus 4 into 2 square plus 4 into 2, which becomes 4 minus 4 by 8 minus 16 plus 8, which is equal to 0 by 0. So now the obtained result is of the form 0 by 0. So what we must do next is we factorize the function. So when we factorize the function in the numerator, x square minus 4 can be written as x square minus 2 square. And in the denominator, an x is taken common. So it becomes x into x square minus 4x plus 4. Now x square minus 2 square is in the form a square minus b square, which can be split into a plus b into a minus b, or in this case, x plus 2 into x minus 2. And in the denominator, x square minus 4x plus 4 is basically x minus 2 the whole square. Now it is very clear that 1x minus 2 from the numerator and 1 from the denominator will get cut, leaving us with x plus 2 by x into x minus 2. So this particular limit, the limit as x tends to 2 of x square minus 4 by x cube minus 4x plus 4x, 4x square plus 4x, is factorized to limit as x tends to 2 of x plus 2 by x into x minus 2. Now all that is left to do is we substitute 2, and so it becomes 2 plus 2 by 2 into 2 minus 2, which is equal to 4 by 0. So the answer is not defined. Now we'll move on to the second question. Find the limit as x tends to 2 of x cube minus 2x square by x square minus 5x plus 6. Again, it is a rational function, so we move forward with the first step, which is we substitute 2. We substitute 2. So when we substitute 2, it becomes 2 cube minus 2 into 2 square by 2 square minus 5 into 2 plus 6. 2 cube minus 2 cube is 0, and 4 plus 6 is 10, minus 10 again 0. So again, the obtained result is of the form 0 by 0, which means we have more work to do. We must now factorize the given function. When factorizing the function in the numerator, we must take an x square common. So it becomes x square by x minus 2. Now, the denominator is in the quadratic form. So we factorize it by splitting the middle term. We split the middle term into minus 2x minus 3x. So in the next step, we are factorizing the quadratic form, and finally we obtain x square into x minus 2 by x minus 2 into x minus 3. Now it is very clear that x minus 2 and x minus 2 will get cancelled. So the limit is factorized to limit as x tends to 2 of x square by x minus 3. Now again we must substitute 2 in the factorized limit, and we get 2 square by 2 minus 3, which is equal to 4 by minus 1, which is equal to minus 4. So that's the end of the second question. Now we'll move on to the third question. The third question is a little bit different because the function given is not exactly in the rational form. So our first step will be to convert it into the rational form, which is exactly what we are doing here. So in order to convert it into the rational form, in the first term, that is x minus 2 by x square minus x, in the denominator, we take an x common. So we get x minus 2 by x into x minus 1 minus 1 by, again in the denominator, we are taking an x common. So it becomes 1 by x into x square minus 3x plus 2. And x square minus 3x plus 2 is again of the quadratic form. So we are factorizing that and we get x minus 1 into x minus 2. The next step, what we're doing is we take the LCM. In this case, the LCM is x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. So when we take the LCM and subtract, it becomes x minus 2 the whole square minus 1 by x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. Now, x minus 2 the whole square, we expand it just like how we do a minus b the whole square, and we expand it and we get x square minus 4x plus 4 minus 1 by x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. Now this 4 minus 1 becomes 3, and this is now in the rational form. So then we proceed like we did in the other two questions. The first thing we do is we substitute whatever value x is tending to in the given function. And when we do that, we get 1 minus 4 into 1 plus 3 by 1 into 1 minus 1 into 1 minus 2, which is equal to 1 minus 4 plus 3 by 1 into 0 into minus 1. Again, the obtained result is of the form 0 by 0, which is not accepted. So we have to factorize the given function. So when we factorize the given function, x square minus 4x plus 3 in the numerator is again of the quadratic form. So we split the middle term and we factorize it. So in the denominator, we are not doing anything. Then the quadratic equation, no, in the quadratic form, we factorize it and we get x minus 1 into x minus 3 by x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. So it is very clear that x minus 1 and x minus 1 gets cancelled, leaving us with x minus 3 by x into x minus 2. So that is the factorized function which we have got. So now all that's left to do is substituting the value which x is tending to, and when we do that, we get 1 minus 3 by 1 into 1 minus 2, which is equal to minus 2 by minus 1, which is equal to 2. So that's all from me. Thank you and have a nice day.
Karthik? Karthik? Now you can start, Karthik. Okay, you are next presenter. You can start. study how to structure.
Representation of sets, intervals and subsets of real numbers. Okay, so notations. We represent certain sets with notations such as capital N is used for representing set of all natural numbers. Capital R is used for representing set of all real numbers. Capital Z is represented as set of all integers. Capital Q is represented for set of all rational numbers. So representation of sets. Sets can be represented in two forms, roster form and set builder form. In roster form, we just write the elements inside the set braces, which are two curly brackets, such as we write 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. Whereas in set builder form, we write a common property to all the elements. For example, so in set builder form, we write a common property to all the elements. For example, set of all even numbers, we write inside the curly brackets, we write set of all x such that x belongs to n and x is an even number. It means that when we write x belongs to n, it means that x is a natural number. So it is set, we represent 2, 4, 6, 8 in set builder form by writing set of all x such that say x belongs to n, where x is an even number. Now I'm going to talk about types of sets. There are various types of sets. There is empty set. The first set I'm going to talk about is empty set. Empty set is also known as void or null set. Empty set is a set having no elements. It is represented by phi, or we can write empty set braces. For example, we can write set of all x such that x is a student studying in both 6th and 8th standard. It is not possible as we can only study in one standard. So it is an empty set. The next set I'm going to talk about is singleton set. Singleton set is a set having only one element. For example, set 2 or set of all x such that x is a day starting with the letter F in a week, which is just Friday. So it is a singleton set having only one element. Finite set. Finite set has just fixed numbers or countable numbers. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are closing the bracket. Whereas in infinite set, we cannot count the numbers. That is infinite. For example, set of all real numbers, set of all natural numbers, etc. Next, I'm going to talk about equal sets. Equal sets. Two sets A and B are said to be equal if every element in A is an element in B and vice versa. It means that, for example, I'm taking a set 1, 3, 5, and A is equal to 1, 3, 5 and B is equal to 3, 5, 1. Even though the elements are not in order, they are equal sets because every element A is there in every element of B and vice versa. So they are equal sets. Now equivalent sets. If number of elements are equal, then they are said to be equivalent. For example, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6. Even though the elements are different, they are same in number. Like there are 3 elements in both. So they are called to be equivalent. Next, I'm going to talk about subsets. Subset. For example, for our school, there are different sections, like no, not sections, different classes, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, 11th. So 5th standard is a subset of the universal set, that is our school. A universal set is a set containing all the sets. So our school, 5th standard is a subset, and our school is a universal set. When we use the simple contained, that is a C. We write that fifth standard is contained in A. Fifth standard is contained in our school, or else we can write that B is contained in A is contained in C. If 135 and 1356, so 135 is contained in 1356. Next, I'm going to talk about power set. What is power set? A power set is a collection of all the possible subsets. For example, we are considering a family consisting of mother, father, and a child. So the power set of the set A, which is mother, father, and child, is represented by MDC. So the power set of A is equal to set M, set D, set F, set C, set MF, set MC, and set FC, and set MFC, which are the all possible outcomes of all possible subsets, and also it is included by 5, which is the empty set. The number of elements of the power set is represented by 2 raised to m, where number of elements of A is equal to m. Next, I am going to talk about intervals of subset as real numbers. There are 2 types of intervals, open interval and closed interval. For open interval, we use open brackets, and for closed interval, we use closed brackets. The meaning of these brackets are that open interval means that the n numbers won't be included. Like I am taking one open interval 1, 6. It means that the elements between 1 and 6 will be included, whereas 1 and 6 won't be included. Like 2, 3, 4, 5 will be included, excluding 1 and 6. Whereas in closed interval, we will be including 1 and 6. So the elements will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The base form of open interval is open bracket AB, which is equal to set of all x such that x belongs to R and A less than x less than B. The base form of closed interval is set close bracket AB such that close bracket AB is equal to set of all x such that x belongs to R and A less than or equal to x less than or equal to B. That's all. If anybody have any doubts, they can ask. So thank you all. Muted.
Ma'am, you're muted.
Okay. Now is it okay, children? Now is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Karthik, okay, I appreciate your effort. Okay, although you prepared that PPT, you are not able to present, but you managed the situation very well. Okay, managed it very well.
Thank you, ma'am.
I think he revised all the topics. He gave all the types of sets. Are you able to recall? He gave a nice example. Okay, for example of subsets. Can you recall the example? What he gave? What's the example he gave? A nice example. If you take the class, the school as a universal set. The 5th standard, we can take it as a subset. Is it an example? Okay, nice example, Karthik. You did well. Very good. Okay, give him a clap, children. Clap. All of you, unmute it and give him. Okay, Karthik. Okay, good. Then, okay, the next, Sania and Srijas, get ready for the next period. Okay, next period you have to. Okay, so now I will discuss the same questions. Which one Atul has experienced. Okay, I'll discuss the same. Note the question, children. Evaluate. Okay, I'll discuss that question. Okay, while finding the limits, we know that we have to avoid the indeterminate form. We have to avoid the indeterminate form. What is meant by indeterminate form? 0 by 0 form we have to avoid. Okay, so in the first question he explains x square. Okay, take that question. X square minus 4 by x square minus 4 by x cube minus 4x square plus 4x. Limit x tending to 2, x square minus 4 by x square, x cube minus 4x square plus 4x. So what he did, in the numerator he factorized using the identity a square minus b square. Numerator he factorized it using the identity a square minus b square. Okay. So the question is limit x tending to 2, limit x tending to 2, x square minus 4 by x cube minus 4x square plus 4x. Okay, I'll explain that question again. Okay, when we put x is 2 here, when we put x is 2, it takes the form 0 by 0, indeterminate form. So to avoid this, what we are doing? We are factorizing the numerator as well as the denominator. So the numerator is of the form. We can split this using this. X plus 2 into x minus 2. Is it correct? We are using the identity a square minus b square. And from the denominator, we can take one excess common. If we take excess common, we will get x square minus 4x plus 4. Again, we are getting a second degree equation, quadratic polynomial we have. So next step, again factorize the quadratic. Limit x tending to 2, x plus 2 into x minus 2 by x into denominator, we can write this as x minus 2 the whole square. So now here, one x minus 2 will get cancelled. So we get limit x tending to 2, x plus 2 by x into x minus 2. X tending to 2 by x plus 2 by x into x minus 2. Now you substitute x is 2. When you put x is 2, what you will get? 4 by 2 into 0. Okay, which is same as 4 by 0, which is 4 by 0, isn't it? So here the limit is not defined. Okay, which is not defined. So in some rare cases we will get this form. In most of the cases when we factorize, the common factors will get cancelled and we will be able to get limits. But here we are getting it as 4 by 0. Anything by 0 is not defined. So we say here it is not defined. So the limit is not defined in this case. The limit is not defined. Is it okay? Is it clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The next question he discussed this. Okay, the next question. Let's discuss the next one also. Evaluate limit extending to 1. Limit extending to 1, x minus 2 by x square minus x minus 2 by x square minus x minus 1 by x cube minus 3x square plus 2x. Limit extending to 1, x minus 2 by x square minus x by 1 by. So when we put x is 1, look at this here, children. Look at the denominator. The denominator becomes 1 square minus 1. So denominator becomes 0. When the denominator becomes 0, we can say it is not defined. Okay, division by 0 is not defined. Again, here when we put x is 1, 1 minus 3 plus 2. So again, the denominator takes the form 0, isn't it? The numerator, okay, 1 by 0, so it takes the form indeterminate form. So we have to factorize it and we have to simplify this. So what we are going to do? So this is same as I'm going to factorize the denominator. So from the first term, we can take one x as common. If we take x as common, we'll get x into x minus 1 minus 1 by, from here, you can take one x as common. We take x as common, we get x square minus 3x plus 2. X squared minus 3x plus 2. In which is same as.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Yes.
Ma'am, here when we are giving x, then we are getting 1 by 0.
Yes.
So earlier we got 4 by 0. That is also in right?
Yes. In the previous one, that's what I'm saying. That is not defined. So there are some exceptional cases where we will get the limit as undefined. Okay, there are some exceptional cases. The previous question, which one we discussed, is such an example for that. In that case,
Okay.
it is not defined in that case. But here, in the beginning, although it is in indeterminate form, by factorization, we'll be able to find the limits. Is it okay? That's what we are
Yes,
doing.
ma'am.
Okay, so x minus 2 by x into x minus 1 minus 1 by, here when we factorize this, product is 2. So this x minus 1 into x minus 2. Isn't it? X squared minus 3x plus 2 means we can write this as x minus 1 into x minus 2. Now take the common else. We are making the denominator common as x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. So here one x minus 2 is missing. So we multiply by 1 x minus 2 minus 1. Okay, x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. So which is same as limit extending to 1. So numerator, when you expand it, you will get x square minus 4x plus 4 minus 1 by denominator, it is x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. So now this is same as again limit extending to 1. The numerator takes the form x square minus 4x plus 3 by x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. So which is same as limit extending to 1. This one we can factorize as x minus 3 into x minus 1 by x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. Now here x minus 1 will get cancelled. So what is left out is limit extending to 1 x minus 3 by x into x minus 2. Limit extending to 1 x minus 3 by x into x minus 2. So now you put x is equal to 1. When we substitute x is equal to 1, what we will get here? Is 1 minus 3 by 1 into 1 minus 2. 1 minus 3 by 1 into 1 minus 2. Which is same as negative 2 by, what is the final answer? Can you give the answer, children?
Negative 2 by negative 1.
Which is
2.
Is it okay? So in the beginning, although it is in 0 by 0 form, what we did here, we are factorizing and simplifying, and finally we are able to find the limits. But in the previous question, it was not like that. Is it clear, Achu? What about the others? Is it okay, children? So, factorization of quadratic and cubic polynomial is needed here. Okay, whenever we find the limit of a rational function. What is it by rational function, Punya? Rational function.
P of x by g of x.
Okay, any function which takes the form p of x by g of x with g of x is not equal to 0. The denominator is not equal to 0. Okay, now let's try one more question. Write down. Evaluate limit x tending to 2. Evaluate limit x tending to 2 x cube. Okay, the same. Okay, I think you copied this question. He explained this question. Okay, the same question. X square minus 5x plus 6. So which is same as, now initially when we put x is 2, here we will get 8 minus 8 by, the denominator is 4 minus 10 plus 6, which is again in the form 0 by 0 form. So we are going to factorize the numerator and the denominator. From the numerator, we can take 1x square outside. So it is x minus 2 by the denominator. When you factorize it, it is x minus 2 into x minus 3. So now x minus 2 will get cancelled. Now substitute the value of x and tell me what is the answer. What is the answer you are getting? When you put x is 2, 4 by 2 minus 3, which is same as 4 by negative 1, which is
Negative 4.
4. Is it okay? Is it clear, children? Okay? But, okay? So we can wind up this section now. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
The next period, Sania and Rijas get ready.